Good Friday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Before we get to what's making news, let's head outside and take a look outside our weather window on this Friday. And after a very wet overnight with snow reported throughout most of north central Washington, not a bad day today. The skies cleared around noon and that made for a beautiful shot this afternoon at the Wenatchee Valley. And as we make our way into the upcoming weekend, it looks pretty nice. Mostly sunny for Saturday and 42, partly cloudy on Sunday and 45. And then it gets wet once again, especially, unfortunately, right on Thanksgiving Day, where we expect a 70% chance of rain with highs in the mid-40s. We'll have your complete Thanksgiving week forecast coming up a little bit later on. And now a few of the stories we're following for you tonight. A 31-year-old Bridgeport man was arrested after allegedly opening fire with a handgun in a Bridgeport trailer park Wednesday morning. 4th District Congressman Dan Newhouse was among the votes opposing the massive Build Back Better spending bill, which passed the U.S. House today along party lines. And Snoqualmie Pass had its first snow-related closure of the season early last night after multiple spinouts and collisions. But first, our top story tonight. A Quincy youth had to be airlifted to Sacred Heart Medical Center in Spokane after a two-car accident yesterday afternoon 5 miles south of Quincy. The Washington State Patrol reports that at about 3:45 p.m., a 2006 Honda Civic was attempting to turn left from White Trail Road onto State Route 281 when it was struck on the driver's side by a 2000 Cadillac Escalade that was traveling southbound on the highway. The driver of the Civic, 17-year-old Eduardo Ramirez Rodriguez of Quincy, was airlifted to Spokane with critical injuries. The two occupants of the Escalade, 45-year-old Augustina Maldonado and 48-year-old Gerardo Maldonado, both from Othello, were treated for injuries at Quincy Valley Medical Center. Rodriguez faces charges of failing to yield the right-of-way. A 31-year-old Bridgeport man was arrested after allegedly opening fire with a .380 handgun in a Bridgeport trailer park Wednesday morning. There were no injuries in the shooting. Guadalupe C. Martinez was booked into the Okanogan County Jail and faces charges of unlawful possession of a firearm, reckless endangerment, possession of a stolen firearm, and possession of stolen property. Deputies responded to a 10 a.m. report of a man firing a gun in the trailer park in the 900 block of Maple Street. Witnesses told deputies Martinez had fled the area in a passenger vehicle. He was arrested a short time later. Martinez was one of 4 people arrested on multiple stolen gun charges back in April of 2018 when law enforcement raided a Bridgeport home. 4th District Congressman Dan Newhouse was among the votes opposing the massive Build Back Better spending bill, which passed the U.S. House today, 220 to 213 along party lines. Newhouse, a Republican, says the package would raise taxes on Washington families and inflate the national debt, while 8th District Congresswoman Kim Schreier, a Democrat who voted in favor, says it will lead to more affordable prescription drugs, lower child care costs, and better wildfire protection. The $1.7 trillion bill, a centerpiece of President Biden's agenda, now goes to the Senate. Snoqualmie Pass had its first snow-related closure of the season early last night after multiple spinouts and collisions. The Washington State Department of Transportation closed I-90 westbound about 5:15 p.m. at Easton and followed that a short time later with an eastbound closure near the summit of the pass. The pass was reopened at midnight. Snow continued to fall into this morning, but the pass remained open with the traction tire advisory. Chains were required on all vehicles except all-wheel drives on Stevens Pass into this morning. No new snow on the passes is being forecast tonight and through the weekend. Coming up next, the owners of Mission Ridge Ski and Board Resort outside Wenatchee have purchased a ski resort in western Montana. Residents of Okanogan County can take advantage of a pilot program to have rapid result COVID-19 tests delivered to their homes. East Wenatchee's Municipal Court will have a new judge in 2022. And federal archaeologists are now excavating a 15-foot wooden pipe at least 100 years old, discovered by accident at the Leavenworth National Fish Hatchery. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
When it comes to finding a memory care community, you want the very best. You want to know that your loved one is safe and receiving compassionate care in a loving environment. Fieldstone Memory Care is an innovative assisted living community designed for those with Alzheimer's, dementia, and Parkinson's disease. You'll find a community specifically designed to enrich residents' lives. The Fieldstone team is here to help you navigate the important decisions you face when a loved one has dementia or Alzheimer's. Welcome home to Fieldstone.
Dr. Wayne Latimer's Chiropractic and Integrative Multicare specializes in all level of injury care. If you've been injured in an auto accident, on the job, have a sports injury, or a simple fall, call today for a free consultation. They offer a combined multi-care approach with medical, chiropractic, physical therapy, massage, and acupuncture. For relief from long-standing injuries to basic solutions for the weekend warrior, Latimer's Chiropractic Integrative Multicare is one stop, one location.
Introducing Alpine Airman. Because every home needs a superhero to eliminate poor indoor air quality, send inefficient operating equipment packing, and cut high energy bills down to size. For heating or cooling and equipment replacement, turn to the experts and the superheroes at Carrier and Alpine Air. We offer the best deals on high-efficiency Carrier products, along with friendly, knowledgeable service and incredible savings to fit your budget.
Welcome back. In another news, the owners of Mission Ridge Ski and Board Resort outside Wenatchee have purchased a ski resort in western Montana. Mission Ridge and Blacktail Mountain Ski Area jointly announced the purchase yesterday. Blacktail is located in Lakeside, Montana, along the western shore of Flathead Lake. Blacktail's lodge and parking lot is at the top of the ski area with more than 1,000 acres of north-facing slopes featuring 25 trails. The ski resort was first developed in 1998. Mission Ridge said all current employees of that ski area will be retained. Meanwhile, Mission Ridge is aiming to open its season the day after Thanksgiving next week. The resort said its snowmaking machines have been operating around the clock, and those efforts were aided last night and this morning by a fresh layer of snow. Residents of Okanogan County can take advantage of a pilot program to have rapid result COVID-19 tests delivered to their homes. Okanogan Public Health is one of 9 county health departments to sign up for the testing program. It's funded by the National Institutes of Health. The Quick View antigen tests are free of charge and yield results in about 10 minutes, which must then be reported to healthcare providers. Health officials say accurate home testing can help disrupt the spread of COVID-19. Okanogan residents can sign up to receive their test kits online at sayyescovidhometest.org. Well, East Wenatchee's Municipal Court will have a new judge in 2022. The city allowed its contract with longtime municipal judge Chancey Crowell to lapse at the end of December. Instead, the City Council approved a 4-year contract with East Wenatchee lawyer Clark Tibbetts to take on the job. Tibbetts has served as a pro tem judge in that court. Crowell has acted as the city's chief municipal judge since 2010, hearing traffic and local misdemeanor cases. Well, as we go to break, you never know what you'll find when you dig up an old water system. Federal archaeologists are now excavating a 15-foot wooden pipe at least 100 years old, discovered by accident at the Leavenworth National Fish Hatchery. The pipe was found after rodents dug out one end of it. It carried water to the on-site homes of hatchery workers until 1964, when it was bypassed and forgotten. Hatchery officials say next spring they'll remove the pipe from the ground and put it on display in front of their headquarters. You're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News. Coming up next, tonight's feature story and your complete local weather forecast. That and much more still to come on the NCWLIFE Evening News. Please stay with us.
Winter is a great time to trade in your current hot tub. Turn your old hot tub into money with Blue Lagoon Pool & Spa's trade-in program. You can save $500 to $1,000 off of any new artesian spa or take advantage of a free Bluetooth music experience. Blue Lagoon Pool & Spa recommends draining your hot tub every 3 months. Ask us about our drain and refill special. Stop on by Blue Lagoon Pool & Spa today.
Hello, my name is Brian Brett, the Fire Chief for Chelan County Fire District 1, and I just wanted to talk about how amazing our Rivercom team is. They are intentional, purposeful, and skillful in everything they do, and they are the best at what they do. How they prepare, how they handle the caller, how they coordinate the emergency services, and how they push themselves to be the best. This is the kind of spirit that our Rivercom telecommunicators have. Our community needs you, we need you, we admire you. You're our lifeline.
This holiday season, let Wild Birds Unlimited help you deliver something truly special to friends and loved ones. The gift of bird feeding. Even if you can't be together in person this year, a busy backyard bird feeder will bring a little smile and a little connection with you. We're here for you with safe, convenient shopping, whether it's in-store, at curbside, or when you order online. Wild Birds Unlimited. Joy delivered.
Welcome back to the NCWLIFE Evening News. In tonight's feature story, 3 times since 1990, Washington's Redistricting Commission has successfully drawn new congressional and legislative maps. But the final redistricting hearing on Monday missed the 2020 legal deadline after multiple closed-door sessions that left the public out in the cold. The state must now be redistricted by the Supreme Court. On Thursday, the 4 members of the bipartisan commission tried to explain why the process collapsed.
It's the way that meeting happened on Monday and everything. I personally did not feel lived up to the transparency that I expect of my government and that the people deserve. And I didn't like that. And the only explanation I can give you is that we had the potential to reach agreement on these maps, which is a very important thing to me. And so we chose to keep moving forward. And the agreement that we had, again, was a framework that we could turn into maps that took several hours to do. But that was what I wanted to at least get on the record, saying that the framework that we were voting on was the framework that I agreed to.
You know, I think that we worked incredibly hard over the last 10 months to be transparent, to set up a process that had a high standard for transparency and inclusion. And it is my deep disappointment and regret that in the final hours, we failed to live up to that high standard. I echo that. I don't think any of us feel great about that. And I think just in the confusion and in the mad rush to try to meet our deadline, we did fail in that effort. In terms of what we voted on, it was an agreement. We did have maps, various maps, and I think the time that it took to reconcile those maps and make sure that they matched the agreement is really, where we got hung up.
We were working together in kind of small groups and partisan dyads. So Commissioner Stems and I were together. We were exchanging numbers. We were exchanging ideas for different districts. We were looking over those between different groups as we worked to reach a negotiated consensus. So that is what was happening between the hours of 7 and 10. At least for me. And then I would say, in terms of the maps themselves, the final maps that were transmitted to the court, in my mind, reflect the agreement that we voted on.
Time now to take a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Hope you had a great Friday after some snowy conditions that began last night and lasted into our overnight. Turned out to be a pretty good day. Boy, we had weird snow totals all over the Wenatchee Valley, anywhere from 1 inch in some places all the way up to 5 inches in others. So it was one of those kind of snowstorms, but Boy, it looked nice when it was coming down last night, didn't it? High temperature today, 41 degrees. That is just 1 degree below where we should be for this time of year at 42. Record high, 65, and that was set back in 2014. Our low temperature, right on to where we should be for this time of year, 30 degrees. 4 degrees, our overnight low record, and that was set back in 1973. We did pick up another tenth of precipitation last night. That now finally gets us over 5 inches since January 1st. We should be at about 6.15 inches, so we're still just a little bit behind for precip. We may catch up as we get through next week. We'll talk more about that in a second. Sunrise 7:12 and the sun set this afternoon at 4:20. Let's take a peek at your Saturday temperatures as we get into the upcoming Thanksgiving, pre-weekend, let's call it. And really not too bad tomorrow. In fact, the entire weekend is going to be fairly decent. 40 degrees in Moses Lake and Ephrata, 41 for you folks in Quincy. Wenatchee and Ellensburg, we should be the warm spots tomorrow at 42 degrees, a chilly 36 up in Lake Wenatchee, and 40 your high temperature in Chelan. Tonight we can expect partly cloudy skies around our area. High pressure off the coast, and that's bringing in a nice westerly flow into our area right now. With that high pressure, we could see a little bit of patchy fog developing tonight, and that will continue actually over the next several days, so be aware of that tomorrow morning. Then the rest of tomorrow, we mentioned it, mostly sunny skies. In fact, all of the west, not too bad on Saturday with high temperatures primarily in the lower 40s. Sunday, almost a carbon copy of Saturday. Get ready for a little fog to start out our day, and then partly cloudy skies Sunday with high temperatures in the low 40s. And then as we get you into your Thanksgiving week, lots of you traveling next week. It looks pretty good up until Thanksgiving Day. Monday, once again, a little bit of fog in the morning, then sunshine, seasonal high temperatures with highs in the lower 40s. As we get you into Tuesday, you can see the next storm beginning to move in, but it really won't affect us that much on Tuesday. We do have about a 30% chance for just scattered showers if they make it over the Cascades. Nice and mild too, mid-40s for Tuesday, mid-40s as well for Wednesday, and that's when we will really see the push of clouds move in ahead of that storm system that will make itself known. Here we go on Thanksgiving. It's close up on Washington State. This is about 10 o'clock in the morning. Here we go about dinner time on Thanksgiving. That's when we'll start to see some rain and maybe rain mixed with snow. And then by 8 o'clock, it looks like just scattered showers, while most of the heavier rainfall will remain right there in western Washington. Let's take a look now at your 7-day forecast. Tonight we'll drop down to 30 degrees, mostly sunny and nice tomorrow, 42 degrees, 45 for Sunday, partly cloudy skies. Back to seasonal weather as we get you into Monday and 43, and then just a 30% chance of rain with mostly cloudy skies on both Tuesday and Wednesday. And then, Tucker, great job on the turkey. Thursday, cloudy skies, a 70% chance of rain. We just talked about that. Not bad temperature-wise, though, with highs on Thursday of 44 degrees. And that's a look at your local weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's Sports Report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
Somewhere behind these doors is a family member, often alone, taking care of a loved one with Alzheimer's or some other disability, or providing care for a loved one who is not ill but only aging and no longer able to care for themselves. In the field of caregiving, this is the home front. For the home is where most Americans will live out their last days. Contact Aging and Adult Care of Central Washington for a variety of services including caregiving, meals, and medication help.
Mary Maids of Wenatchee has been professionally cleaning and sanitizing homes and businesses in North Central Washington since 1998. Mary Maids uses commercial-grade cleaners and viricides. Mary Maids has implemented additional safety and sanitation protocols. They are strictly following CDC guidelines for the safety of their clients and employees. For expert help with cleaning and sanitizing your home or business, call or look up Mary Maids of Wenatchee to schedule your free estimate today.
The NCWLIFE channel is your home for local news, local weather, and events including live local high school sports. Watch inspiring local shows featuring local people. Don't miss Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Let's Learn, Guada TV, Street Talk and Other Stuff, the 12th District, Life with Lisa, and the Arbiter of Stoke. NCWLIFE Channel is your local TV station.
And now it's a sports update on the NCWLIFE Channel.
And a happy Friday to you. We'll start things off on the men's college basketball scoreboard from last night, presented by Les Schwab. Noah Williams led 6 Cougs in double figures as Washington State cruised to a 109-61 win over Idaho in the Battle of Palouse. Mohamed Gai and Michael Flowers each had 13 as WSU won the 277th meeting between the two schools. That's the longest rivalry in the country. Graham Ike scored a season-high 26 points. Wyoming pulled away in overtime to beat Washington 77-72. Terrell Brown scored 21 of his 30 points in the second half. In overtime, UW dropped to 2-2 with the loss. The only game on the schedule for the men this weekend is tonight. Top-ranked Gonzaga hosts Bellarmine at the McCarthy Athletic Center coming up at 6 o'clock. Coming up on the women's schedule tomorrow, 10th-ranked Louisville and Cashmere's Haley Van Lith will play at Washington at 2 o'clock. On Sunday, 7th-ranked Stanford plays at Gonzaga at 1. Washington State and Idaho pick up the women's part of the Battle of the Palouse at 2 o'clock. That's on ESPN+. Well, a state title is no longer on the table for the Wenatchee Panthers volleyball team. Oh, man, Wenatchee dropped a gut-wrencher to Mount Rainier this morning. Panthers jumped out on top, winning the first 2 sets 25-21 and 23. But then the Rams came back to win the next 2, 25-19 and 29-27. So it came down to a 5th and deciding set, which Mount Rainier won 15-12. Now that put Wenatchee into the losers bracket with a 5:45 match against Lake Stevens. West Valley defeated the Eagles 3-2 to advance. Coach Marnie McMahon says she has a busy itinerary for the girls to follow to prepare for their second match.
We have an agenda set in place for that time length. You know, we got to get back to the hotel. We got to fuel them back up. We've got to rest. We've got to break down the film that we are statting. We'll be filming our opponent, which is West Valley and Lake Stevens, while we're playing. So we take it back to the hotel. The coaching staff breaks it down in the conference room. The kids rest and eat, and then we watch film. And then we eat dinner, and then we get geared up and go again. So we have, you know, like I tell the kids, it's a business trip. And so on our downtime, we are studying, we are eating, we are fueling, we're resting.
For Panther seniors Addie Schultz, Ireland Branham, and Abby Black, they know what Coach McMahon won't let them get too far down because of the loss, and they'll take time to prepare for the next moment.
Keeping yourself calm and ready for the next play to come is just the most important thing, because you can't think like, oh, the next team's going to be so good, like we got to be ready for that. No, it's the team that we're playing now, and that's what we need to be ready for. It's hard to just, it is hard to stay in the moment, but that moment is way more important than the next game.
I mean, our team's pretty close, so a lot of us have known each other for a long time. So, you know, we hang out outside of volleyball, a lot of team bonding kind of stuff, bring that family aspect even closer. Yeah. You know, if we're not on the court, a lot of time we're in the classroom with coach doing film and stuff like that, but also just spending time with each other. Yeah.
She's been there, so even like making our plan for this whole weekend, like, okay, we're going to do this and this and this, we're going to sleep, we're going to eat, we're going to rest at these times, and she knows what works, she knows what's best for us. So just kind of trusting that she's been here, knows the process is really helpful, and it also takes the pressure off of us because we don't know what we're getting into, so really, like, we trust her and she knows what she's doing.
Wenatchee's only state title in volleyball came back in 1983. Before that, they took 3rd in 1982 and 4th in 78. Coach McMahon says the girls are completely aware how special it would be to come home with a trophy.
I mean, it's a pretty special opportunity for these kids, definitely. I tried to explain to them the feeling it is when you bring home hardware and what it means to represent your community. And it's something that Wenatchee Panthers haven't had in the volleyball program for a long time. So they're hopeful that they can represent their school well and their community well, and we're going to do our best.
No matter what happens tonight, Coach McMahon says she and the girls have a great appreciation for everyone involved in helping them get to where they are.
It takes a village to build a program, and you got kids, you got these parents, fantastic parents, you've got a wonderful AD. We've got our community and our school here supporting us. We've got our fans in the stands have been there all year. I couldn't put together one person. I think that it definitely is a collective effort, for sure.
McMahon's in her second season coaching at Wenatchee after leading Cascade's program to 6 trophies and a state title in 2013. She says the Panthers have what it takes to bring home a trophy. Wenatchee's hopes of bringing a trophy home will depend on tonight. They'll have to win against Lake Stevens to advance to tomorrow. Well, the state 2A tournament didn't start so well for Ellensburg or Ephrata today either. The Bulldogs lost a heartbreaker to White River 3-2. They will try to bounce back this afternoon against Shadle Park. Ephrata fell in straight sets to Anacortes. Tigers are playing Mark Morris for a chance to stay in the tournament coming up this evening. State football playoffs resume tonight and tomorrow in the state 2B tournament. Okanagan faces Columbia Burbank tonight at Lee Bofto Field of the Apple Bowl. That's the state B quarterfinals. It kicks off at 7 o'clock. Liberty Bell has a date with Odessa tomorrow afternoon in Moses Lake. Mountain Lions quarterfinal game in the state 1B tournament kicks off at Lions Field at 3 in the afternoon. College football weekend kicks off tonight. It'll be a cold and wet night in Pullman, where the Cougars kick off against Arizona on the Pac-12 network at 6. Forecast calling for rain and temperatures in the upper 30s at game time. Central Washington is in Missouri for the first round of the NCAA Division II playoffs. Wildcats face Northwestern Missouri State tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock. Washington plays at Colorado at noon on the Pac-12 network. Eastern Washington plays at Portland State at 2 in the afternoon. Seattle Kraken will try to snap a 5-game losing streak at home tonight. Climate Pledge Arena, the location, and it will be rocking as the Kraken host the Colorado Avalanche. They'll drop the puck at 7 o'clock on ESPN+. Wenatchee Wild begin a busy weekend in Nanaimo tonight at 7. Tomorrow they'll face Victoria on the Grizzlies' home ice at 7. Then they'll wrap up the weekend Sunday afternoon at 2:30 in Langley against the Rivermen. You can listen to the games locally on 560 KPQ or 1340 The Hawk. You can also watch online through a subscription at Hockey TV. The Seahawks have a daunting task Sunday when they host Arizona at Lumen Field. Seattle's in last place in the NFC West at 3-6, while the Cardinals lead the division at 8-2. Kyler Murray also expected to be back in the lineup, while quarterback Russell Wilson will start his second game back from surgery. Kickoff at 1:25 on Fox. Have a great weekend, everybody. Grant, back to you.
Thank you very much, Eric. And now let's check in with Dan Kuntz for a look at what's coming up Monday morning on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Dan?
Thank you very much, Grant. We're heading into Thanksgiving week, and we'll begin the festivities on Monday with my conversation with the drum majors, the senior and junior drum majors from Wenatchee High School's award-winning Golden Apple Marching Band. Their big annual fundraiser for the Booster Club. The Holiday Craft Bazaar is coming up on Saturday, December 4th. Had a great conversation with two lovely young ladies. We'll have that for you. We'll have the entire weekend wrap up in sports, whatever made news, everything you need to start your holiday week, Monday morning, live and local at 7 a.m. for Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Have a great weekend, everybody. Grant, back to you.
Thank you very much, Dan. And I know it's important next week. A lot of you traveling for Thanksgiving. So let's take a look at that 7-day forecast as many of you do hit the road next week. Beautiful weekend on tap for us with high temperatures in the lower to mid 40s with partly cloudy to mostly sunny skies. If you're traveling Monday, looks great. Sunny skies and 43 degrees. And then just some shower activity on both Tuesday and Wednesday. But notice the temperatures. They will be warm, so I don't expect any bad road conditions next week. Our biggest rain event looks to be right on Thanksgiving Day, where we expect cloudy skies and a 70% chance of rain with highs on Thanksgiving right around 44 degrees. And that's going to do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks for joining us and have a great weekend. Latest news in North Central Washington, go to ncwlife.com or find us on Facebook. Got a news tip? Email us at news@ncwlife.com or call 888-2020.